Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. Court to rule on territorial jurisdiction over Kanu's right enforcement in October. Court to rule on territorial jurisdiction over Kanu's right enforcement in October. To my dear listeners from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned as I read today's news. A federal high court sitting at Umuahia, Abia State capital, yesterday scheduled ruling on the matter of its territorial jurisdiction, TJ, and the fundamental rights. Fundamental rights suit filed by the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, against the federal government, President of Nigeria and Attorney General of the Federation on October 4, 2022. When the court, presided over by Justice Evelyn Anyadike, on March 25, 2022, raised the issue of having or not having the territorial jurisdiction to entertain and determine the suit. Parties were asked for written addresses before a substantive hearing would commence. Kanu's special counsel, Mr. Aloy Ejimako, who led two other counsels, Patrick Agaze and Ohaito Wazi, at yesterday's court sitting, which the defendant and their counsels reportedly absented from, insisted that the Umuahia Federal High Court has jurisdiction to hear and determine the territorial jurisdiction issue arising from the suit marked FHC UMCS 3022. This suit has to do with Kanu's enforcement of his fundamental right to dignity, personal liberty, fair hearing, no arbitrary arrest and determination, including no unlawful expulsion. Addressing the court in his written address, Ejimako submitted that the court has territorial jurisdiction to determine this fundamental right suit. Ejimako argued that Section 46(1) of the 1999 Constitution, which provides that any person who alleges that any of the provisions of this chapter has been, is being or likely to be contravened in any state in relation to him, may apply to a high court in that state for redress. Order 2, Rule 1 of the Fundamental Right, Enforcement Procedure Rules 2009, which provides that any person who alleges that any of the fundamental rights provided for in the Constitution or African Charter on Human and People's Rights, Ratification and Enforcement Act, and to which is entitled has been, is being, or is likely to be infringed, may apply to the court in the state where the infringement occurs or is likely to occur for redress. While adjourning till October 4, 2022, For the ruling on the matter, Justice Nnamdi indicated that it would be thereafter that hearing the substantive case would follow. A federal high court sitting at Umuahia, Abia State capital, yesterday scheduled a ruling on the matter of its territorial jurisdiction (TJ) in the fundamental rights suit filed by the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu against the federal government, President of Nigeria, and Attorney General of the Federation on October 4, 2022. When the court, presided over by Justice Evelyn Anyadike, on March 25, 2022, raised the issue of having or not having the territorial jurisdiction to entertain and to determine the suit parties were asked for written addresses before a substantive hearing would commence. Kanu's special counsel, Mr. Aloy Ejimako, who led two other counsels, Patrick Agazi and Ohaitol Uwazi, at yesterday's court sitting, which the defendant and their counsels reportedly absented from, insisted that the Umuahia Federal High Court has jurisdiction to hear and determine the territorial jurisdiction issue arising from the suit marked FHC UMCS 30/2022. The suit has to do with Kanu's enforcement of his fundamental right to dignity, personal liberty, fair hearing, no arbitrary arrest and determination, including no unlawful expulsion. To my dear listeners, now I've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by at the comment section and let's know what your view is all about. Thank you for listening.